Sanu, your IKEA enthusiast, back again. Nice to meet you all. This year, I visited IKEA on January 2nd, the first business day of the year. There were so many amazing items that caught my eyes. This cushion cover, I mentioned it in my previous video, but I still can't get over how cute it is. This time, I also purchased the one item from this season's new collection that I wanted the most. First, let's look at some items that were discounted this January. In IKEA Japan, this dining chair has been discounted. I had been wanting it for a long time, thinking how adorable it is. But when actually sat on it, I felt the seat was a little too high for me. I guess I should wish for myself to grow taller instead. Next, let me introduce this box. While it's labeled as a new product, it's something IKEA has sold before, and I actually already own one myself. This basket is made of plastic material that looks like natural fibers. Because it's plastic, it's perfect for areas like bathrooms or other spaces with high humidity. That's one of its major advantages. However, it's not stackable. Although it's plastic, it has a hand-woven design, which means it's not made from a mold that mimics woven patterns. This gives it a more authentic feel and avoids that fake look, which I think is really nice. Next, let's move on to kitchen items. A new frying pan has been released, and it looks absolutely adorable. The price is also very reasonable. I believe there are 3 different sizes available in this collection. Both gas stoves and IH cooktops. I think this might be exclusive to Japan. Isn't this unique? This square pan is for cooking tamagoyaki, Japanese rolled omelette. The wok is so big and heavy that I couldn't lift it with just one hand. It was that heavy. There's also a small saucepan, making it 3 sizes in total. IKEA's frying pans and pots are gradually moving away from Teflon coatings, and this one is also made with a ceramic coating. PFAS, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances have been a hot topic in Japan lately, and this product proudly states that it's PFAS free. Next up, let me introduce this glass. Isn't it adorable? At just $5. The price is incredibly reasonable, almost too tempting. But glasses tend to pile up, don't they? This set includes 2 glasses with different designs. The size is very practical, making it easy to hold and convenient to store without taking up much space. One of my followers told me they use this glass for drinking beer. Amazing, isn't it? Next, let me introduce one of the most exciting items of this season, the smart plug, which is now available from IKEA Japan. Although plug shapes vary by country, these smart plugs are being released worldwide. Many other companies also offer smart plugs like SwitchBot, but IKEA's version has some notable differences that I'd like to highlight. IKEA's smart plug offers 2 ways to use it, which sets it apart from others. First, you can use it without Wi-Fi, pairing it directly with a remote control. The second method involves using IKEA's separately sold hub, allowing for more advanced features. Let's start with the remote control option. This is perfect for those who say, I'm not familiar with Wi-Fi, or I just want something simple to control with a remote. I purchased the remote and smart plug separately, but there's also a set available, which requires no setup. Just plug it into your outlet and it's ready to use. Even when I tested it from a distance, the response was excellent. However, using just the remote doesn't allow for features like automatic on-off scheduling or voice control through smart speakers. For those functions, you'll need to purchase IKEA's separate hub. This hub is compatible with IKEA's smart light bulbs and other products. By connecting the hub, you can control the smart plug using a smart speaker or your smartphone. If you are an iPhone user, you can also operate it through the Apple Home. Very few smart plugs are compatible with Apple Home, and those that are often come with a high price tag.
IKEA's smart plug, however, is incredibly affordable, likely the cheapest on the market. The reason for this low price is that on its own, the smart plug doesn't create a fully smart home setup. But for those who simply want a plug they can control with a remote, this is an excellent choice.
IKEA's smart plug is a bit large, which I found slightly inconvenient.
However, since I already have the IKEA hub, I think I'll choose IKEA plugs from now on. They're more affordable than other brands.
Now, let's move on to something interesting I found in the store. A rug made from bamboo material.
It looks like it would feel amazing underfoot. According to the product description, it's recommended for use in bathrooms. The backside has a sturdy, non-slip coating, so it seems very practical.
It even comes in 3 different sizes. The price is also quite reasonable.
In terms of interior design, it gives off a slightly Asian-inspired vibe, don't you think?
Next, here's a new plant pot cover that I came across. It's super affordable, and the color is absolutely adorable.
This will definitely make your plants stand out beautifully, as one might say,
and I completely agree.
Now let's move on to what I believe is one of the flagship products of this season, a duvet cover. It has a soft, spring-like color palette, but with muted tones that make it very easy to incorporate into your space.
I've always wanted to try patterned duvet covers, but I've never been able to master the courage. Next, let's check out the room set.
This particular set is designed for a home with a cat. I was surprised to see this sideboard. I didn't know such a thing existed. The shelf on the right seems to have been designed as a kind of cat walkway. The lower portion is besto and the upper part is EKET. Isn't this little cat house adorable? It really is. Since last year, IKEA has resumed its line of pet products. Recently, I've been eyeing this dog toy that looks like a hex key. I don't own a dog, but wouldn't it look cute as a decoration?
Would that be weird, owning a dog toy without having a dog? It's just so cute.
If I were to decorate my home with it, I think I'd go with the gray one.
I seriously considered buying it, but I held off this time. Let's now talk about the atmosphere at IKEA during the New Year's Day. This year, it felt a little less crowded.
The new product I was most excited about this season is this lighting fixture.
There are so many new lighting options this season. It's almost overwhelming.
But I decided ahead of time that this would be the one I'd buy. It comes in 3 colors: white, green, and a pale yellow.
Please note, the light bulb is sold separately.
When I saw the package, I thought the color looked a bit creamy. But once I opened it, it seemed closer to white. It's not pure white though, just slightly off-white. To insert the bulb, you need to remove the top lid. At first, I wasn't sure if I was doing it right, but it turns out I was. One downside is that the cord is black, which I found a bit disappointing. But considering the price, I suppose it's understandable. The brightness can be adjusted by rotating it, which is a really nice feature.
There are anti-slip material at the bottom, so you can use it with one hand, depending on the surface it's placed on. The light itself is beautiful.
When placed against a wall, it creates stunning shadows on the surface. The design is truly gorgeous. The plastic cover softens the light, giving it a very gentle glow.
For those who want to use a remote control to turn it on and off, the smart plug I introduced earlier is a great option. If you are placing it on your bedside table, you can always just use the switch directly. But in the colder month, when you don't even want to stretch your hand out, using the remote option is a great solution.
One small drawback is the black cord, which tends to peek out and can be distracting. Maybe it's black to cut costs,
but I'm not sure.
The green and pale yellow options are also very cute.
I realized that I forgot to explain how the remote control works for this product.
I purchased the remote separately, but it is also available as part of a set. The remote allows you to adjust the brightness. When paired with the TRETAKT dimmable bulbs, you can control the brightness directly using the remote. However, this type of remote only supports dimming. It does not allow you to change the color temperature. For that, you would need a different product.
I introduced this base and sakura branches previously. The branches are now in full bloom. It didn't take long at all, and during the New Year holidays, I was able to fully enjoy their beauty.
They're still blooming even now. Since I have so many items to introduce today,
I'll keep moving quickly. Next up,
we have this small storage box. A vibrant orange version has been released, and I think orange is definitely trending this year. There's even a super popular chair called DEVRINGA that will release an orange version in February. It feels like the orange craze is really taking off this year. Here is the price for this item.
Now, let's look at throw blanket.
This one is part of the same series as the cushion cover I showed earlier. The color palette is absolutely adorable.
The fabric feels very suitable for spring or even summer. It's incredibly lightweight.
This type of material is perfect because it doesn't take up much space, making it easy to use. The design is simply flawless. Since it's made of 100% polyester, it might not be everyone's favorite material, but I think it's a practical choice.
It should be very easy to wash as well. Here's some exciting news for you all.
The rechargeable batteries that had been out of stock for so long are finally back, so be sure to check online for availability. However, the batteries for IKEA speakers are still not back in stock. It seems like a lot of people are still waiting for those. In the meantime, the speakers can be used while connected to an outlet via a cord.
So I highly recommend them. Now let's talk about this adorable clock. It's available in some lovely colors, and I believe it's a new version of a previous design. Among IKEA's analog clocks, this might be the smallest size, but I'm not entirely sure. Previously, I introduced this cookie storage box in beige. Or was it beige brown? Brown beige? Anyway, the response to it was incredible. Thank you so much. Isn't it adorable? This display corner is one of my favorites.
Next, let's talk about a product I noticed at IKEA in the US, double-layered blinds. I was so excited to see that IKEA has finally started offering these blinds. But when I checked in Japan, this product wasn't available yet. What I did find was something with stripes, but it wasn't a double-layered blind. Double-layered blinds work by overlapping the striped patterns to allow or block light. I actually used this type of blind at home, so I assumed it was the same. However, what I found was simply a striped blackout roller blind. The price, though, was unbelievably low. That's classic IKEA for you, always affordable.
Now let's move on to EKET storage unit.
A new chic brown color has been added to the lineup. One feature of the EKET series is that the shelves are shallower in depth compared to other options like BESTO. Even so, it's designed to fit file boxes perfectly while still allowing the door to close. Unlike BESTO and other cabinets, the doors on EKET open inward, which some people might find unusual. But as you can see, the doors close properly without any issues.
Let's talk about tidying up. Did anyone declutter during the new year? As for me, I didn't. I wanted to though.
This season, IKEA has released storage bags with spring-inspired patterns. Every year, they update these patterns. So if you plan to buy the same design again next year,
you might not be able to.
That's just how it is with IKEA. These bags are collapsible, which makes them great for saving space when not in use. Look how incredibly flat they can fold.
These were even featured on the TV show. Next time, I'm thinking of doing a special feature on storage items.
I'll cover popular storage items and furniture that have been consistently available in 2025. In particular, I want to highlight unique storage solutions that you can only find at IKEA. So, I hope you'll tune in for the next video as well.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.
It would mean the world to me.
I'll see you again in the next video.